They thought he was just another leader. But when the darkness came, it wasn't power or weapons that saved him. It was something far more dangerous: compassion. The early morning haze still hung low as the plane touched down at Dallas Airport just after 6 a.m. What should have been a routine diplomatic visit for Captain Ibrahim Traoré quickly spiraled into a day none would forget. There was no fanfare, no flashing cameras, only a quiet invitation to Washington's round table of African leaders. Yet, inside the bustling airport terminal, a shadow lurked. A man in a dark hoodie moved silently, eyes locked on Traoré. No badge, no media crew, just a traveler blending in, but his intent was far from ordinary. As Traoré stepped down with his small security detail, the hooded figure slipped behind a vending machine, fingers flying over a phone. Across the hall, Traoré greeted a janitor mopping near the exit with a gentle pat on the shoulder and a warm, "Good morning, sir." The janitor's surprised smile was a rare moment of kindness, unnoticed by most, except the shadow who followed, step by step, into a day destined to shake the world. Unbeknownst to them, hidden cameras captured every move, every glance, every smile. What these lenses would record was a story of kindness battling suspicion, a story that would break hearts and challenge power. At first, the watcher was just a blurry figure, glimpsed behind hotel pillars and across crowded cafes. Traoré believed in walking among the people, unshielded, exchanging smiles with American schoolchildren, waving tiny Burkina Faso flags, returning a dropped purse to a grateful woman. But behind him, the watcher grew bolder, morphing into a man in a beige baseball cap and dark glasses, sometimes with a coffee, sometimes a map, but always glued to his phone, always tracking Traoré like a relentless hunter. That night, an encrypted hack leaked a short, viral clip. Traoré helping a homeless veteran up from cold steps, giving his own scarf as a shield against the biting wind. The caption read, "This man is being followed. Someone doesn't want his kindness seen." The clip exploded online, dividing viewers, some in awe, others suspicious. Inside the hotel, Traoré moved as if unaware of the gaze. At 9:40 p.m., he stepped alone into an elevator on the 10th floor. The doors slid open, the watcher slipped inside. Silence swallowed the air. Then, the lights flickered, the elevator jolted, and plunged into darkness. Minutes passed. When the elevator jolted back to life and the doors opened on the 18th floor, only Traoré emerged. The watcher vanished. The next morning, a blurry photo surfaced. Traoré kneeling beside a man, steady and calm, as he treated what looked like a seizure. No panic, just pure compassion. That man was Joseph, the watcher in beige, a broken former soldier with a haunted past, sent not merely to observe, but to test Traoré's limits. A fringe group's political pawn, labeled unstable, a threat. But Traoré chose mercy over fear. "You don't need to spy on me," Traoré said gently. "You need someone to see you." The embassy guards wanted Joseph arrested. Traoré said one word, "No." His eyes, steady and fierce, met theirs. "He's not a threat. He's a mirror." Outside, the world erupted. At 3:07 a.m., someone anonymously posted the full elevator footage. Millions watched Joseph scream, "You sold out! You're just like the others!" But Traoré didn't flinch. "I am the people," he answered quietly. Joseph dropped to his knees, sobbing. Traoré helped him up. "They said you'd kill me," Joseph whispered. "They were wrong." The internet shattered. Twitter flooded with hashtags. Real leader Traoré, sure human heart. TikTok teens posted reaction videos, some crying openly. American mothers stitched clips with the caption, "He hugs the man who hated him." A child's drawing went viral. Traoré and Joseph hugging, tears on their faces. This is how the world should be. News outlets scrambled. Even powerful figures grew uneasy. Traoré wasn't just watched, he was being targeted. Somewhere in D.C., a hushed voice warned, "Plan B is in motion." The next morning, Joseph broke his silence in a live stream from a homeless shelter. "They lied to me," he said, voice raw. "They told me Traore was corrupt, a puppet. But I saw him give his scarf to a homeless man, help a blind vendor, comfort a crying child. No cameras, no guards. I wanted to hate him. Instead, in that elevator, he held me like a brother. I cried in his arms. He saved me from the man I was becoming." Millions watched. Children in Burkina Faso wore red scarves in his honor. But in Washington, shadows gathered. Traore refused armored cars and heavy security. That morning, he walked alone through D.C. streets, stopping at a school for underprivileged children. Inside a quiet classroom, he knelt beside a boy with autism, silently coloring alongside him until the boy smiled. "You just made his whole life," whispered a teacher. Protesters gathered outside, holding signs. "We see you, Captain. Compassion is power." But behind one poster, a figure whispered into a microphone, "He's unguarded. Do we proceed?" A crackled reply, "Not here. Too many eyes." But their plan had already moved forward, and the next target wasn't Traore. It was someone even closer. A letter arrived at the embassy, penned by a boy named Lamina from Burkina Faso. "Dear Captain Traore, my dad died last year. When I cry, my mom says be strong like you. I watched your video. You helped the man who hated you. You made me believe again. I want to be just like you." Attached was a drawing of Traore embracing Joseph, tears on both their faces. Traore's hands trembled as he read. Outside, news crews clamored, but he thought only of Lamina, broken men like Joseph, and the fight for dignity. His phone buzzed. One word glared. "She's missing." Awa, his childhood friend, a volunteer doctor quietly aiding in Baltimore, had vanished. His jaw clenched. "Don't alert the media. We find her quietly." That night, Traore sat alone in a chapel near the embassy. A cleaning lady gasped upon seeing him. "I saw you on TV. You saved that man. God must be proud." He smiled faintly, but inside, he was breaking. Far away, Awa sat bound in a cold, dark room. A single camera captured her every breath. A voice crackled. "He won't stop his message, so we make him back." In D.C., an anonymous USB drive appeared at a news station, revealing secret footage of Traore tending to Joseph in an alley. Behind the scenes, cyber experts noticed GPS coordinates hidden in reflections, a plea for help. By morning, Arn Saviawa trended worldwide. Demonstrations surged outside U.S. embassies. Traore's phone rang. A distorted voice hissed, "Speak again, and she's gone." His eyes burned with a different fire, determination. That evening, Traore knelt alone in the embassy courtyard. Slowly, dozens gathered, staff, locals, strangers. Candles flickered, silence deepened. A woman whispered, "Is he praying?" "Yes," a young man answered, "for someone he loves." By midnight, over 1,000 knelt, a silent chorus of faith beyond religion or politics. Across the country, a man slammed his laptop shut in frustration. "They're turning him into a symbol." "Then we break the symbol," came the cold reply. Back in D.C., a child handed Traore a paper heart. Written on it, "Don't give up. She's waiting." That night, a teenager named Jalil arrived with a torn notebook. He knew where Awa was, a remote farmhouse outside Richmond, off-grid and forgotten. Traore chose not to storm in with guns blazing. "We go quietly, with humanity." As they approached, a cold wind whispered through the trees. Inside, Awa prayed silently, weak but unbroken. Suddenly, footsteps. The door creaked open. Time froze as Traore appeared. "You came," Awa whispered, tears breaking free. He rushed forward, untied her trembling hands. But outside, headlights cut through the darkness. Black SUVs surrounded them. No sirens, no mercy. A man stepped forward, voice icy. "I warned you. Speak again. She disappears." Traore stepped in front of Awa, voice steady but fierce. You've already failed. From the shadows, something changed. Dozens of locals, journalists, veterans, and even a U.S. senator in a wheelchair emerged, cameras and phones raised. You touch him and the world will burn, a woman shouted. The men hesitated, then vanished into the woods. Awa collapsed in tears. The senator wiped his eyes. I came for history, he said, but I saw something better. Humanity. They left Virginia before dawn. No fanfare, just silence. On the private jet, Awa's fingers found Traoré's. You never gave up. He whispered back, you kept me going. As they flew over the clouds, messages flooded Traoré's phone, prayers and thanks from millions worldwide. He hadn't just